Someone pointed an AI agent at $56,000 car purchase last month. The agent searched Reddit for comparable pricing data, contacted multiple dealers across different regions, negotiated via email on its own, and played hardball when dealers tried typical sales tactics. It saved $4,200. The owner was in a meeting for most of it. That same week, a software engineer watched his agent malfunction and fire off over 500 messages to him, to his wife, to a random contact list on his phone. A rapid-fire burst that he couldn't stop fast enough. Same technology, same broad permissions. One saved thousands of dollars, the other carpet-bombed a contact list. And if you want to understand where AI agents actually stand right now in March 2026, that duality is the most honest summary I can give you. The value is real. The chaos is real. And the distance between them is the width of a well-written specification. If you've been watching this channel, you already know what I call that. Context engineering. Let's get into it. Because this story matters for your practice more than you think. So what are we actually talking about here? Last November, a developer named Peter Steinberger built a weekend project. Simple idea. Connect AI models to the messaging apps people already use, WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, so that an AI assistant could actually do things on your behalf. Not just answer questions in a browser tab. Actually take action. Manage your email, control your calendar, execute tasks while you're doing something else. He called it Moltbot. He open sourced it in January, and it became the fastest growing project in GitHub history. 9,000 stars in the first 24 hours, over 200,000 within weeks. Now, Anthropic sent a trademark notice on day 2, so it became Moltbot. Then OpenClaw 3 days after that. 3 names in 3 days. But the name changes didn't slow anyone down. Over 100,000 people have now given an AI agent autonomous access to their digital lives. The Skills Marketplace, where people build and share integrations, hosts thousands of community-built tools, with new ones appearing faster than anyone can audit them. Now here's the part that matters for you. The top things people are building in that marketplace aren't better chatbots. They're not help me with a nicer email tools. They're email management systems that process thousands of messages autonomously. Morning briefings that pull data from your calendar, your dashboards, your news sources, and send you a summary before you've finished your morning coffee. Monitoring tools that sweep information around the clock. Task execution across the tools people already use. The AI agent market is growing at roughly double the rate of the chatbot market. And the demand signal is clear. People don't want smarter conversations. They want digital employees. And this is where I need you to make a mental substitution. Replace email management with bank feed monitoring. Replace morning briefings with daily client status reports. Replace autonomous task execution with transaction categorization and reconciliation prep. The use cases 100,000 people are building right now are just CAS workflows with a different name. They just don't know it yet, but you should. Okay, so let's talk about why the car negotiation worked and the iMessenger disaster didn't. Because this is the lesson that applies directly to your practice and to mine. The car buyer gave the agent a clear objective, clear constraints, a clear communication channel. The iMessage user gave broad access without defining boundaries. When the specification is vague, the agent fills the gaps with behavior you didn't predict. That's not a bug. That's how these systems work. The capability is identical in both cases. The variable is specification quality. And here's where it gets interesting. Every agent on this platform runs on a set of markdown files. Plain text files that define the agent's identity, its operating instructions, what it knows about the user, what tools it can access, its long-term memory, and what it should do on autopilot when no one's watching. It's literally an employee handbook, written in plain text for an AI. That's context engineering in its most tangible form. And it maps directly to what you've been talking about so far this year. The firms that have machine-readable knowledge about how they operated, that's documented SOPs, structured client context, clear process boundaries, these firms are agent-ready. The rest that don't have these aren't ready. Not because the AI isn't capable, because you haven't built the specifications it needs to work inside your reality. Think about what it takes to onboard a new hire at your firm. You walk them through how you handle bank recs, how you organize work papers, which clients have special requirements, what the review process looks like before anything goes to a partner. That's context. And right now, for most firms, it's in people's heads. Moltbot is showing us in very literal terms that the firms who get that knowledge out of people's heads and into structured, machine-readable documents are the ones who'll be able to deploy AI agents effectively. The ones who don't will keep tinkering with chatbots. Now here's the piece of research I think every CAS practice owner needs to hear. When researchers study how people actually want to divide work between themselves and AI, the consistent answer is 70-30. 70% human control, 30% delegated to the agent. And most agent architectures right now are built for 0-100. Full handoff, walk away. That's not what works in practice. The organizations getting the best results from agents are running human-in-the-loop systems. Agents draft, humans approve. Agents research, humans decide. Agents execute within guardrails that humans have set and review. For CAS firms, that's not a compromise. It's the only responsible model. No one is suggesting that you let AI file a tax return unsupervised. But having an agent prep the file, flag the anomalies, and present everything for your review before you even sit down in the morning, well, that's 70-30. And that's exactly how agents should enter a practice that handles other people's money. Now, I want to be direct with you about something. Should you go and install Moltbot or Claudebot or OpenClaw right now? No. The security story alone should give any firm handling client financial data serious pause. There was a critical vulnerability in week 1. Hundreds of malicious skills flooded the marketplace. Nearly 18,000 exposed instances were discoverable on the open internet. This is not where you put your client's data. Not yet. But the polished, secure, enterprise-grade version of what that Claudebot proves is possible. It's months away, not years away. Tools like Claude's co-work mode already operate on this principle. AI does the actual work inside a secure environment, connected to your files and tools, with human oversight built into the architecture. And the work you can do today, the work that pays off regardless of which platform wins, is building the context that your future agents will need. Document your workflows, structure your client knowledge, create the machine-readable specifications that turn an AI into a capable AI that actually understands your practice. Every week you delay that work is a week the firms that started are compounding their advantage over you. 160,000 people just showed you what's coming. The question isn't whether AI employees arrive in CAS. They will. The question is whether your practice is ready when they do. I'm writing a book on exactly this. It's called Your Practice Automated, the definitive guide to using Claude Co-work for CAS and accounting professionals. It's the practical manual for building this foundation and deploying AI that actually does work inside your firm. Now, if you want to be first on the list to know when it's released, send me a DM or email me at peter@theaiaccountant.ai. Start building the foundation this week.